22 minutes starts now. Mark your calendars. Prime Minister Trudeau announced he will unveil his new cabinet on October 26th. Trudeau released a statement with his to-do list. It includes moving forward, creating jobs, growing the middle class, going forward, accelerating climate action, and stepping forward towards reconciliation.
That's a hell of a to-do list. If the Liberals want to accomplish all that, they probably start next week, right?
MPs will return to their duties on November 22nd.
What's the holdup? We do know there will be one familiar face in cabinet. Critch Freeland will stay on as finance minister and deputy prime minister. Freeland had a big week as materials uncovered in KGB archives revealed that back in the 80s, she expertly dodged Soviet spies while assisting the Ukrainian independence movement.
Toronto has been ranked one of the most tranquil cities in the world.
Annamie Paul's exit from the Green Party is being dragged out by a legal dispute.
Air Canada is encouraging all Pearson Airport travelers to get to the airport 90 minutes early.
A new poll shows 29% of Americans are fearful of reopening the Canada-U.S. border.
Prince William has called out the recent billionaire-funded space tourism race, saying they should focus on repairing this planet first. Hear, hear.
World leaders will descend on Rome later this month for the G20 summit. The meeting of heads of state will be held on October 31st. Immediately following the G20 summit, the Prime Minister will join world leaders again for the United Nations Climate Change Conference in Scotland.
Ryan Reynolds says he's taking a sabbatical from acting.
New findings suggest the world will consume twice as much seafood by 2050.
This week, Superman came out as bisexual. It was announced last week that fully vaccinated Canadians will soon be able to drive across the American border again. The announcement was made last Tuesday by New York Congressman Brian Higgins.
We got more good news as the CDC gave the okay to Canadians who receive mixed doses of vaccines. The remaining issue is Canada still requires a negative PCR test at the border, which politicians on both sides are against. Here's Niagara Falls Mayor Jim Diodati.
A lot of them are frustrated. They said, if we're fully vaccinated, do you need a test as well? And this is the feedback we're getting. It's the testing protocol. It's both cumbersome and costly.
A reporter asked Chrystia Freeland if there's any chance they are going to lighten up the rules.
The rules are the rules, Katie, and people should expect to follow the rules.
A city in New Zealand has fired a wizard that it employed for more than 2 decades.
Last week, Nova Scotia Premier Tim Houston stopped on his way to work to help push a stalled car out of traffic.
A young woman shared a story on TikTok about a date making her pay for 100 Taco Bell tacos. French President Emmanuel Macron wants to have a face-to-face meeting with Justin Trudeau.
Last month, Justin Trudeau spent Truth and Reconciliation Day vacationing in Tofino. This month is Women's History Month, so let's check in to see how the PM is reflecting and celebrating.
On a month like this, to learn from real women. All women should be heard, regardless of their royal status.
And that was this hour's 22 Minutes Without the Fluff. I'm Gord. Thank you for joining me. We have saved up 650 million seconds so far, and I'm sure they're going to be put to good use. Trust me. Updates in the void below. I grew up watching this show. This hour's 22 minutes, and we only had 3 channels. I had a little black and white television with rabbit ears. It was terrible. We could only get 3 channels, and this made the show even more avant-garde and weird and just mystical because the head and everything like that. It was great. But I was curious if we took this new show, well, this fun new show, and if we made it all serious, and this is what we've got. So how does it fare? Bam! With a few edits, we're able to get down from 21 minutes and 25 seconds to 3 minutes and 21 seconds. We cut it down to 15.6% of the original size. We have a compression ratio of 6.39 to 1. We cut out 18 minutes and 4 seconds. 1,084 seconds total, or the equivalent of 12 moments. Not bad for an hour-long show getting turned into 3 minutes, essentially. Now, I'm glad that the CBC funds these shows. It's part of a proper independent media, and you deserve every cent you get for it. I grew up on it. This has shaped my comedy, like Kids in the Hall, Jonavision. I know, I may not be as good at it, but, you know, it'll have to do. Sorry, eh? Now, I hope it saved you some time, and if you liked it, tell a fisherman. They have no time to waste, and so if I can save them some time, it'll go to a great benefit for them, I think. Now, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers because there's a feature on YouTube that I want to unlock I want to have the option of being able to like do fundraisers, because I think these videos should go towards that. It just makes sense. Like, I don't want to monetize them, but if they can go to a good cause, I want them to. That's all. That's what this all has always been about. Anyway, thank you for your time, and well, have a great day.
Don't show up at the G20 in a toga. Don't show up to meet the Pope dressed as a fancier Pope.
If I cannot fish, I cannot live.
It's true what they say. The quickest way to a man's heart is violently out of his butthole.
This week, Superman came out as bisexual, while Spider-Man also swings both ways.
Meanwhile, in Ontario, Premier Doug Ford stopped on his way to work to hurl a rock at a library.